Hello everyone, this is Lolly. Welcome back. I want to share this class with you that I took at Creativation, and it is from Dress My Craft, and it is highlighting this die cuttable fabric. These are fabric flowers. And so what we got in class, let me just show you quickly. The brush, the flower shaping tool, the little foam that's wrapped in cloth. I'll explain that. They gave us some pre-made flowers because they wanted to teach us the technique, and then we did the technique, and they gave us some that were already pre-cut so we can play around and learn to do it ourselves and then make some flowers in shape. They gave us some pre-made flowers so that we can actually assemble stuff right then. So they also gave us this necklace form here so we could make a necklace, a choker, and this little pin here like a brooch so we could do that. So this is what I wore at Creativation. They gave us their new scissors, and they gave us this, which is their non-stick craft mat, and they gave us the actual fabric. So let's do this. We'll start off doing this, and I hope this isn't going to be full of glare here. Not too bad. So let's first of all talk about this actual fabric here. This is what it comes in, 10 sheets, die cutting, and it's pre-stiffened fabric. It's highly water absorbent, easily shapeable when heated, can be colored. And I guess I should measure these. It is 8 1/4, 11 3/4. It is, like I said, it's pre-stiffened fabric. It's kind of a gauzy look, but you know, thicker, tighter weave than that. One side is smoother, the other side is more rough. It's pretty obvious which is which. So I will note that when I used one of the Dress My Craft dies, and I attempted to die cut it with my little mini die cutting machine. It just didn't work. It would not pop out well. And so then this is what it looks like. It just wouldn't come out. And so I put it on my full-size die cutting machine, like my Big Shot, and it did better, but it still wouldn't pop out. And so then I put cardstock over there to make the sandwich as I fed it through, make it tighter. Still didn't cut out, but when I put it through my electronic die cutting machine, the Big Shot switch, then it die cut. So let me explain the process in doing this. So what we did in class, she had these pre-cut, and that's just an amazing feat to get all these done. So these are all different sizes, but she had prepared, she took Tim Holtz re-inkers in worn lipstick, and she had a bowl of diluted re-inker and a bowl of even more diluted re-inker. And so we would just take the tweezers and dip it into the most dilute re-inker, and then kind of tap it, you know, a little bit, and put it on a paper towel, and just after a few seconds, dip the brush in the darker re-inker and tap it in the middle, and it would spread out to give the beautiful color change that you see there. So we did use re-inkers on that. And then once dry, you would take it with the rough side down and just hold it over a tea light until it softened, then flip it over and use your ball stylus to shape it into the image, the shape that you wanted to get the petals here. And so it's always rough side down on the heat, and then flip it over and do that. And once you do it, it maintains that shape really well. It looks really cool. And it's not going to change unless you reheat it. So that's the nice thing about it. It will still absorb color, but it will not change shape unless you reheat it. So I will show you really quickly, and I am not the best at this, but stay tuned. I want to show you some pictures at the end of the samples that they had on display. Okay, so I don't have Tim Holtz re-inkers in any floral color, so I have this Splash Grapefruit by Amuse Studios. I'm going to take this out. I do have some water in each of these. Let's add a little more water to this one just to make sure. You should do a whole bunch of flowers at once. You can't really save these. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and put that in there. It's saturated. Oops, you can't see. It's saturated. I'm just going to kind of tap off the excess here and lay that right there. Oh, that's about a good color right there. I'm just going to kind of tap this around just to get off the excess. I still want it to be moist, but not drenched. And then with the brush, see if this is dark enough. Oh yeah. To just tap it in the middle there, it brings out, makes it way darker in the middle. If you really wanted intensity, you could always take it right from here as well once it's nice and wet. Oh, that brings out a lot more intensity. And again, it's up to you, and it depends how much dilution you have on your solution. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Now, the reason that she covered these in cloth is that this fabric is a bit, when you warm it up, it would stick to your foam surface. So let me grab a big one here so that you can see a little better. I have my tea light. I'm going to light that. And you can use your tweezers for this if you feel more comfortable. You need to find the rough side, pretty easy to do, rough side down, and you only want to work on the one petal. So I'm just going to fold these out of the way, and this is how you would do it. Now, you can't see from the camera, but I am about that high up from the flame, and I just want to go around gently. I don't want to burn. I did scorch one of mine. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's already soft and squishy, so turn it over and just start shaping that. And as it cools, it's going to maintain the shape of the petal right there. So how hard you push, which stylus size you use, how hard you push is going to determine how much of a petal shape or cup shape you're going to get. I'm just going to work here. So now it's crunchy, but it's shaped like the flower petal. So let's do them all. You will notice that the petal starts getting, oh, kind of limp when you're holding it over the flame. So now we've got two. I can imagine these flowers being used like, oh, in a frame, you know, like decorating the edges of a frame. Oh, that'd be so pretty. I'm going to show you pictures of some of their samples, and their designer is just amazing in what she's accomplished. Now I have all those done. I just want to get the center one done a little bit, but I'm going to just kind of tap it right there. So again, this is called Flower Making Fabric by Dress My Craft. Oops, this SKU is DMC P7613. It's a different feel and a different consistency than working with paper flowers. So there it is. Very interesting class. I love the finished products. I think they look so pretty. And they have almost a more realistic look to them than your usual cardstock paper flowers. Thank you for watching, and take a look at these photos.